Well, Becky Lynch, in an emotional win, has become a Grand Slam winner. And that's what we're talking about here in professional wrestling news, as far as new news going. She invaded the NXT brand and she has defeated former NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. So now a lot of fans are up in arms. Not only are they up in arms about Nia Jax's return on the last Raw of the McMahon era, they are also up in arms that a major player from the main roster has now crossed over and is now competing with NXT. But this is nothing new, guys. Finn Balor was on the main roster and he was competing in NXT. We've seen this before. Main roster people have crossed over into NXT before. The way I look at it, the way they run NXT is sort of like an old school indie or an old school territory, like Smoky Mountain Wrestling or like ECW, where an established talent can come into the territory and work with some of your unestablished talent. Because if the unestablished talent are only working with each other, how are they ever going to get any good? You know what I mean? In order for them to get good, they have to they have to work with people that are already good. And who in the in women's wrestling is better than Becky Lynch? She is one of the best. But anyway, congratulations to her. I was just thinking about what I was talking about when it came to the Endeavor thing and the formation of TKO Group Holdings. Remember 2 years ago we were joking about the return of the Brawl for All and how Shane McMahon was doing the thing on Raw with Raw Underground? Well, now, think about it now. That's like a reality now. You know what I'm saying? They were trying new things during the COVID era, but that shit's like a reality now. We never know the kind of crossovers that we might see. Of course, Dana White is saying there's not going to be any crossovers or there's going to be minimal crossovers. You do got a lot of guys. Comes to mind Jorge Masvidal or Israel Adesanya. And you might want to have Israel Adesanya cool down a little bit because the loss he just suffered at the hands of Sean Strickland was one of the most embarrassing losses. But it was Izzy and his antics, and when he did that Undertaker entrance that caught the eyes of Vince McMahon. You know what I mean? When Vince was at that one UFC show and convinced him to seal the deal. So Israel Adesanya might be somebody that Vince is interested in jumping. Vince or Nick Khan is interested in jumping to his side. As far as somebody from WWE jumping to MMA, that's a lot more complicated. I mean, Shayna Baszler is still there. Bobby Lashley probably, if he gets back into fighting shape, probably has a couple of matches under his belt. So we got to see, what's going to go down. But as far as this NXT Becky Lynch thing, the fans need to calm the hell down. Becky Lynch doesn't, is a veteran. Now she's a rookie compared to Trish Stratus, and that's kind of the whole dynamic too. It's like she's an old head compared to these new girls on NXT, but compared to Trish Stratus, she's new in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, and they just had an amazing cage match at Payback. So, um, I would say that cage match they had was the match of the night. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell button to see my next videos coming out. Love you.